I suffer from long-term insomnia and also very poor sleep quality. And when I wake up at night and stay awake in the night, I have this trouble, which I would call emotional troubles. So in this video, I just want to give you maybe two tips, two ways I'm dealing with this, because you need to control this thing, these emotional reactions. So first off, it's very important to understand that this emotional could be, well, I'll try to explain what kind of emotion I'll feel, but this is strictly due to probably the brain being affected, weakened by the person not really resting normally, right? Again, this has been going on for many years for me. And these emotions did not start really until recently. So I would say maybe 10, 12 years of very poor sleep quality, and also more recently of insomnia several hours a night. It's also very irregular to me. But I don't have resting sleep. I haven't had a resting sleep for well over 10 years now. So recently, I would say maybe past 2 years or so, when I'm awake at night, I feel it's difficult even to talk about this. It's not that dramatic, but it's so different than daytime. And this is one of the important things to remember. And this is what my first tip. Remember that during daytime, when you are awake just like now, your emotions are entirely different. Hopefully, your emotion depends on the person, obviously. That during daytime, my emotions are very well. I have a good feeling about just my normal feeling. I'm not depressed. I'm not anxious, anything like this. I'm not necessarily happy or overly joyful, but I don't have any of the night emotions. And this is the first step. When you are awake at night and you don't, and by the way, this video, I'm not describing the frustration of being awake, and that's a completely different thing. I do treat that in a completely different video, and I explain in that video how to deal with this frustration or even anxiety from not sleeping. But this video is really about a different set of emotions. By the way, I got rid of that anxiety and frustration from insomnia. I no longer feel those. I deal with them psychologically, mentally, and again, I explain this. Hopefully, if I don't forget, I will link you that other video. But so again, things that I started to feel at night is I feel depressed. I feel pessimistic, not necessarily about a subject, a matter, a specific matter, just pessimistic. I feel there is anxiety, but it is more of I feel down. I feel like things are going bad or something like this. Again, could be about the moment itself, or maybe thinking about the future days or something else. Oftentimes also I get anxiety about things that during the daytime I'm not anxious about them. Small things, but at night this takes a completely different turn. It's like a wild animal almost. So I was saying, feeling depressed, feeling down, feeling pessimistic. And this, it's really feelings. It could be thoughts as well, ideas, but it's mostly feelings. And when I feel this coming, or I feel it's there, again, this is where I'm awake at night, I simply say, this is the first step. This is not my normal state. This is not me. And I know for sure it's not me. This is not how I am in daytime. That's the normal person, the daytime person. And what's going on now, what I feel now at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. at nighttime, the middle of the night, it's not me. It's not my normal reaction. It's like, if you want, it's just like you are in a dream or something. So I kind of, it's only this idea, right? It's not me. It's not my normal me. And only with this thought, only with this, it's a mental idea. I just say, okay, it doesn't matter what I feel now. I may have these emotions, I may be depressed or this or that. It does not matter. When I'm going to wake up next morning, if I go back to sleep, I will be fine. And this is really important, because at first, let me just grab some water. Maybe you want to have a look. It's a nice, it's Saint Laurent River. I made a couple of videos showing this river in the morning time. Actually, now it's daytime. So I was saying that, let me try to, this is another problem, memory problems, is I have ideas, 5 seconds later I forget completely about them. I was saying that I need to drink water. There's another problem with my health, so sorry about this. I was saying that when these emotions I started to feel them, and I didn't know what it is. It's not that I didn't understand. I know what it's a bad emotion is, but you react by your emotions, right? So your emotions, few mosquitoes. Your emotions, it's the way you feel, so you go by that feeling. So the first times this happened, it was difficult because, again, you feel down. It's just lost it again. I lost that idea. Anyhow, all this to say that this is the way I deal with this. And at the moment, during the night moments when I feel like this, I can tell you that just convincing myself, if you want, that this is not the normal me, this is not how I feel during daytime, that's enough. And I think that also takes away those bad feelings, those depressed feelings or so. Sometimes it takes away, but not always. But I really kind of float on those feelings. It's no longer they are like overpower me or so. So it gets you to be okay, even if you feel like that, down and so on. So yes, that's how I do. One thing that you may want to, I think this is the second point, that you may want to pay attention is precisely pay attention. So this is like a competition, like a sports competition, right? That someone who is training for whatever competition, that person keeps training day by day, hour by hour, hour after hour. So you will need to train yourself to remember this trick, to remember thinking, at least that's what I did, to remember thinking that this is not the real me. It's not easy first times because you don't have the practice to remember this trick, but you have to do it, right? So maybe write on the paper something like this, put a note on and just remember the trick or something like this, and you need to practice it, and just, sometimes you are going to forget about it, and those bad feelings will kind of trap you. But then maybe hopefully you remember a few minutes later and say, oh, okay, wait, this is just nighttime, whatever reaction or emotions. I'm not like this in the real life, daytime life. So and you calm down, and it makes your night much easier. Okay, so hopefully this helps you, and yeah, you have to deal with these things. And by the way, I don't know, maybe it's just maybe physically speaking, because basically the brain, it's a chemistry, right? I don't take medication or something like this. I can tell you that even when I'm, let's say I wake up at 2 a.m., only a few hours of sleep, so obviously it's not a good sleep either. And sometimes I know, sometimes I feel in advance that I'm not going to go back to sleep hours later at all. So I just set my mind, okay, now it's 2 a.m., it's okay for this night, that was my sleep for this night, I'm going to get through the night, and in the morning, sometimes I feel like exhausted mentally for very little sleep that night. But after, I don't know, even when I wake up in the morning, again, my sleep is very poor. It takes me sometimes 30 minutes, 1 hour to kind of, when I wake up in the morning, oftentimes I feel, I don't know how to describe it. Mentally speaking, it's not emotional, but mentally speaking, I feel kind of lost sometimes. I feel like down. I feel, so this is a different thing than what I was talking a few minutes ago. I feel, it's just like maybe I think it's an expression when you have a drink that night, you feel like, I don't remember that word, but it's a bad feeling mentally speaking. So I do feel like this when I wake up, but maybe it takes sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes 1 hour. And after that, usually for the day, I'm very nice. I'm very fine mentally speaking and emotionally speaking. It takes me 30 minutes, 1 hour to recover sometimes in the morning. But then I'm fine. Even if I didn't sleep that night, very rarely I feel asleep or to need a sleep or a nap during the day. So at least for me, I can recover pretty well and then have a good day and just go by my day pretty fine most of the days, most of the times. It's really the night sleep problem, that's the problem, and insomnia and those emotions and stuff. Okay, so like I said in another video, for me, I know it's going to be like this until the end of times. It's my times. So there is no recovery, no medication whatsoever. Someone asked me, and I'm fine with this. I'm just fine. It's okay, just be smart and realize that if it's your situation too, that's it. That's how it is. You cannot turn the sky green or red or whatever, right? That's how it is, the situation, and take it as it is, basically. I lost my idea again. Yeah, I lost it. It's gone. It's like birds fly away. Wild birds, that is. Okay, so you just let us know in the comment section if you have a question. Oh yes, come back my idea. Someone asked me if I take medications for sleep. I did take, and I still have those pills. I don't remember them what exactly was, because there are several types anyway. But it doesn't how to say, it's hard to explain. It feels like you have a broken arm and you kind of wrap something around your arm, but it doesn't fix your arm, right? So it doesn't fix the bones. I'm just speaking figuratively. So medication for me, it's no, I don't rely on it. Maybe sometimes if I really need to stay asleep the whole night, I will take it. Maybe I have something very important, appointment in the morning. But otherwise, I don't rely on medication, because it doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't help really significantly for the night. And it's also not a long-term solution, at least not for me. I just accept it. I can tell you also, this is a very different topic. It's not about It's not related to the video, but it's about the same idea. When I was a child, I had these migraines. I was pretty terrible because there was no good medication, and nobody would just help me in any way, so I was painful. By this age, actually, this went away. I think it was related to nutrition somehow. But by this age, when I would still, oftentimes, most of the times, that would come back at my age if I didn't eat enough, until I figure out what kind of food I need and how much is good enough. It's enough for me. So I would still get some migraines, and at some point I just didn't want to take medication to calm it down. The migraine wasn't that strong, but at some point you just get used to something, like could be a pain, could be a discomfort, could be insomnia. You just get used to it and just relax, chill, and it's not always easy, but that's your new type of life, basically. So that's how I look at it. And again, it's for from now to the end, to the coffin, basically. Hopefully. Let us know in the comment section if you have questions, and I just hopefully this video is going to give you ideas and help you a little bit. Thanks for watching.